podcast.
Whoa.
Whoa. Hype.
Inside.
Look at that high quality logo.
Yeah, man. Who did that?
Yeah.
Who did that within 30 seconds?
I paid some hobo. I
construction?
found him. He was sleeping in the gutter.
That shit is like.
Oh, nice. Yeah. A hobo with a MacBook. It
Is there a
seems.
guttering in?
Yeah, there's a gutter outside.
Well,
Yeah, actually, there is. Yeah,
It's like 9 but
It
When
looks good.
When it rains,
Yeah.
it
looks good.
wash people. Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. So, what's going on, guys?
Not too much, man.
What's going on?
Oh wow.
We started
That
out hot, and then like everybody reeled it back way
Yeah,
too
we reeled
soon.
it back. So
Zach
nobody
can't
did
talk
it.
because Zach's eating pizza, which I'm kind of a little bit jealous, actually.
Oh, now he wants
Now
the
you want
pizza.
pizza.
I do.
It's
I
not
always.
beef.
I mean, when do you ever not want
Well,
pizza?
that's why I was
You
asking.
10 minutes ago when we ordered it.
No, I mean, I want pizza.
Oh, I see. But you
I'm
can't
trying
always
to
have
not-
it.
Yeah.
It's not
Should've.
pizza. It has fucking pineapple on it.
Well, that is true. You bastardized my culture,
That's not
colonizer.
pizza.
I don't really understand the
Freaking
backstory.
colonizer.
Did you guys
Colonizer?
did you guys lose like a battle with pineapples back in like the 1800s?
pineapple
Like,
doesn't go on
where does
pizza.
the I've
It's
had a
a
change of
I
heart.
think it's been around long enough
Well,
that
Mark
you
just
could
doesn't
say,
Mark hasn't had a fruit in years, so that's why he doesn't want pineapple.
No, oddly enough, what's delicious on pizza?
That was a pretty good comeback.
What's delicious on pizza?
I've actually had pizza with gorgonzola and peach glaze.
Okay.
What a snob.
Logan franchise?
Wait. You stop.
He just went.
Stop. You went.
Wow.
You took pineapple and then you went like 50
Yeah, I
steps
put a
further.
real fruit on there, not fucking
No.
pineapple.
Don't you
Peach
put
glaze?
Don't you put fruit on my food? What is your
Wait,
food?
what?
What is your national dish?
But wait, you can put it.
Tostones. I'm Puerto Rican. I don't know.
Well, wait, but judging by your sports, because you have like 12 teams, do you have like 12
incredible.
nationalities?
That's incredible.
That's
Are you
nice.
like Puerto Rican, Swiss,
I think
Japanese?
you identify with your culture, like your culture's cuisine, a little too much. It makes me wonder, like,
I think you also.
how secure you are
I think you also don't know how many teams I have.
I don't
too.
think-
and who you are.
After
So obviously
after
this is
recent
great.
events, I don't think he's sure that he is 100% Italian.
No,
That's
I'm.
true.
I'm
He's
I'm-
afraid-
It's possible.
I've done the genetic research.
But
I'm-
after
I'm-
mixing so much, you might not be anymore.
listen, he just made a point. Does he have a lot of teams that he follows?
I think you're trying to deflect here.
No. Does he? Because he says he acts like he doesn't have a lot of teams that he follows.
I don't think
He
I
has
do.
a lot of teams. But you...
No, let's go through them. 2 NFL teams.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's one too many.
Okay.
2 NBA teams plus a
No,
team
that
that
doesn't
you-
count. That's just.
It does count, though.
Plus
I
Shout out.
don't like the Nets at all. I just like Jersey teams. I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't live in Jersey for too long. I would like to have something that connects me to that city and team and state. I don't know.
So
Yeah,
that's
right. You-
still rooting for a
One
third
baseball
team.
team,
2 college
one
teams,
hockey team.
2 college
No,
teams.
I don't. Well, this is just homage to my grandparents, but whatever you want to put the spin on, go ahead.
Okay.
I mean, here's the thing.
I'm from, I go to school at UCF.
Listen, I want-
full nights.
I want to believe you, right? I'm being honest.
It's okay if you don't believe me. I don't need your validation. It's
Well,
fine.
no, that's fine. But I can still say this. It's just the mixing of the other things. It makes it hard to like.
Yeah, it does.
Is
does
it
sound
just
bad. Yeah.
like they're good because homage to your grandparents? All right, like face value, I could take that. But
No,
when
no.
you also like the Eagles and Jets, then it's like maybe he just doesn't want to be that guy either.
Well, if I'm liking the Eagles and Jets, then am I really like wanting to pick 2 teams? Not really. I'm just from
Yes.
Jersey.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a good way to think about it. But
Like again, if it was the Rams and the Chiefs, 2 NFC, one NFC, one AFC team.
But the time frame.
And
Time
but-
frame, because
yeah,
you
I
like
mean-
the Eagles right around the height. And the
I was
Jets-
also like 5 and couldn't choose for myself. I was just put in pajamas, and I said, "Oh look, green. Oh look, other green."
well, Mark
You have a
Mark
tattoo.
hates
That wasn't
the
5.
Eagles,
Well,
so-
yeah, but that
Wait.
was past the prime of the dream team, and I went through the suffering of Jordan Matthews, Ryan Matthews, and Sam Bradford for a few years, and before
Yeah.
and after that.
Yeah. And as far as identifying, I think Italian food is the best.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying you're so offended by a piece of pineapple on a pizza. It seems like
Which we also
if you
don't.
were that secure,
I don't
No, no.
understand that in the
Do
first
you know
place.
what I'm offended by? I'm offended by the fact that Italians is the only culture that can be made fun of, that can be ridiculed, that
wow.
people can be racist against.
here we
It's the
go.
only culture in society that it's okay to be.
Well,
and
it's
I-
never okay to be
Maybe it's
racist.
because you guys are assholes.
It's never okay to be racist.
They listen. They built an entire video game franchise over making fun of us.
Well, that was also
well,
when.
really?
Yeah,
That was also when in what 1999.
I mean, yeah, that was like
Mortal
the
Kombat?
late 70s.
they're still making money off it.
Well, you want them to stop?
Yeah.
Well,
I want him to cast somebody other than Chris Pratt as Mario.
that's
Hey,
bad
Mario,
casting.
listen, get the guy a job. Don't hit him over the head with a hammer.
You know,
The guy's an immigrant. He can't speak well. Get him a job. Teach him a trade.
He's
They
a,
did.
He's a plumber.
he's a
plumber.
plumber. He had to trade. In fact,
plumber.
it
He's
took
a
him
plumber.
to
Chris Pratt. He doesn't know. He's not Italian.
And FYI,
For sure.
not only is he a plumber, but he also saves Princess Peach, which is good on pizza.
Yeah.
That's a terrible take.
Peaches
All right,
are
so
gonna
we
be
got a
there.
lot lined up for you guys today. We're going to talk a little bit about MLB All-Star Weekend, maybe. Which new QB in a new situation will go the furthest this year. Maybe touch on Wimbledon a little bit. We'll talk about our ass/class of the week. Zach Wilson, his ex-girlfriend, his ex-best friend, and his mom's hot friend.
And his mom's hot, too.
his
Sounds like a good joke.
His ex-wide receiver won.
I said
He said
that.
that.
Yeah, his ex-roommate. Pay attention. And then we'll talk about a little bit of Summer League and just the announcement today that the play-in is probably here to stay.
Yeah.
But before we get to that, we'll
shit.
see what Zach got for comments,
That's
right?
my cue.
I
Yeah.
could kill some time here. I think what we should start doing going forward is I want you to get the juiciest, dirtiest, meanest comments.
I can.
And have us respond to them.
There
I
are
think
some
that'd be
slums
pretty
in the
fun.
comments
Yeah.
I can pull from.
Yeah, and Nicky Young. I want Nicky Young on the show, but he didn't answer it. I noticed he didn't.
Oh, it's all Twitter fingers. That's all it is.
Yeah, but Nicky Young, I'd like you to come on the show. We'll be kind. We'll be fair to you.
Well, that's how you know you had a good post when someone says the podcast comment.
Yeah, no, that was
Because
good.
I'd like to see you do it, buddy.
Yeah.
I have a nice comment here from Chase Proctor 02.
Proctor.
Yeah, on TikTok. We got a lot of heat and praise, some from our co-hosts, some from the commenters about player GMs and where do you stand on those. And then this guy commented, LeBron might be the greatest GM ever, to be honest.
That's a shitty take.
Yeah.
Who is that? Nicky who?
No, that is Chase Proctor 02.
Chase Proctor.
I mean,
Has
look-
he been in a city where he hasn't won?
That doesn't
No,
make
no.
him a good GM.
No, but it doesn't make him a bad one. And the reality is, we did come
It's
around.
gotta make
Listen,
him a
at
bad
the
one.
end of that segment, we did come around and say he had won at every stop.
Which is also posted.
Yeah.
And so,
But what spot
has
should
there
he-
been another GM that has won a championship at every post they've been at? Because I
He's
was
also
thinking
a
about
GM.
that.
Let's be fair here.
Yeah, I was
Miami,
thinking had there
he
been
wasn't
one.
the GM in Miami. Pat Riley is Pat Riley, and he was the GM until he left, and that's why he left.
But
Pat
he-
Riley wouldn't let him control that team.
Right, but he did have. I mean, they did have a say on who they brought in and how the mix went.
Yeah, but Pat Riley was the GM. I think everybody knows that.
So-
Let's not get roasted for that because he
That's
was
fair.
the GM.
So did Pat Riley win everywhere he went? A championship.
No, the only place he didn't win was in New York.
Right.
But he went to the finals. He was in the.
Yeah.
They were winners.
No, but I mean, I was trying.
They ran into Jordan every
somebody
year.
brought that up in the comments. They said, to be fair to the players, there's a lot of shit GMs, and then
Yeah,
I
I saw
started
that.
thinking, that's fair. And I actually put exceptionally fair point.
Yeah.
Has there been a GM that we give praise to
That doesn't deserve it.
that
Or
has
does.
won everywhere they've gone?
Well, I think part of the conversation that we didn't talk about last week is, for me, the reason I don't think he's a great GM is because when he goes to a team, they got what the team has as
It's
far
decimated.
as picks, and when he decides to leave, they're left in the lurch.
I'm okay with that.
But that's
as
not
a
a, but
Cavs
that, a
fan.
good GM. Oh, I know, but I'm saying a good GM, a well-rounded GM wins, sets up for now
Longevity.
and the future. So when you get LeBron, listen, guys want to play with LeBron, so it's inherent, right, that he could get people to come to him, but they're going to give up all their assets, and when he decides he wants to move on, then you're kind of left like the Cavs were. And then luckily for Miami, they have a great GM that was able to reload and get that team back on track.
Yeah, but I would argue that both times with the Cavs, they were decimated, but they were left with assets. The assets were picks.
Right.
The Cavs just did a poor job the first time in picking.
Well, they picked Kyrie, right? Didn't they? Yeah.
Well, they
then
did
Anthony
pick Kyrie,
Bennett.
but then they picked terrible. They picked Anthony Bennett,
One of the
who
biggest whiffs of all time.
Biggest whiff of all
What
time.
a bad pick.
And then they picked Wiggins, who would have
He
maybe
wasn't-
been okay.
Yeah, but he wasn't utilized by the Cavs, so it's
no,
still
they traded him
management's issue.
immediately for Kevin Love because Wiggins was traded for Kevin Love. So
Yes.
we don't know how they would. So they were decimated, but we don't know what could have become with that team. Anthony Bennett was a terrible pick. And then the second time he left, they actually didn't suck long.
And did he? Has
Which
he
is a
never?
bad trade.
Has he ever not honored a contract all the way through?
Who, LeBron?
Yeah.
No, that was the point I made. Yeah, he has.
He has.
Yeah, so if he has, then that's on the GM for not like.
I mean, the second time
you can
in
allow him to
Cleveland,
get away
he-
like with so much
He
of it. But
honored
you have
it,
to be,
but
He had an opt-out, so he honored it.
he said, like, here's what LeBron has done. He did say in Cleveland, I'm finishing it here.
Yeah.
And then he opted out.
I mean,
So
but
he has said that kind of stuff, just like Kyrie said in Boston, I'm re-signing.
I still think
and
it's a
then
little
did.
different.
I mean,
but
have you stuck with every girl that you told her that you were going to see it through to the end?
Probably not.
I never said that on purpose so that
I'm
have
actually
the
with-
opportunity to opt out.
I'm actually with Rocky on that one,
Yeah.
and it's honestly
Until
ruined
Trish.
some relationships because
Yeah,
of it.
yeah,
But,
until Trish.
It is what it is at that point.
I had a girl ask me,
The one who's wishing that you didn't.
maybe so, but she stuck. I had a girl plan out our life
Yeah.
and say basically, I think we should get engaged. And I said, I think we should break up right now. And it trashed my reputation in college. So, like, no, I think you have options. And
That girl, Betty White.
Wow.
All right,
there you go. Yeah,
The next comment that we have is from Jace. I want to say Fleury, Fleury,
Flory.
about
Flory.
who is the worst, or what is the worst NFL team going into 2022.
Oh, yeah, there was a lot of comments on this.
And the
and then, of course,
consensus-
immediately Carolina trades for Baker Mayfield.
There was
Well,
a
no,
few-
that
I've
was
seen- I've
no.
seen
We
some-
picked that before.
No, it was before.
That was before, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I don't think I would have necessarily picked Carolina with.
I thought I got my time. That was just
Yeah.
that's a mental
Yeah, it
error.
happened the next day.
Yeah, but yeah, that's probably what it was. So
I think it was the Giants, right? I got a lot of seen
a lot of Giants, which I didn't think about at first, but the consensus is, and this is the comment that we're highlighting because it was the most liked at the time. Seattle or Chicago is the most consensus on our podcast of our viewers. That is those are
Yeah.
the teams.
Real quick.
That's actually
Hey,
horseshit
keep it-
because
keep it-
the most that I
30
read was
seconds.
Detroit.
No,
I read a lot of Detroit people.
Chicago
on there.
was a good choice. Mark was already upset that day. I didn't want to make him more upset.
Yeah. I
And
threw
the Gi-
Chicago in the
You're out.
post,
you
but I
did.
didn't say
and,
it.
and New York, that's ridiculous to me. And not because
Is it
it's
though?
Phil here.
Is it though?
They were hurt last year. They had their line in particular. They had a lot of players that were out. They have talent at no matter what you think about Saquon, I think he's going to be better this year. I think their line is going to be improved. Galladay was hurt last year. They didn't figure out anything to do with Kadarius last year. He was injured quite a bit too, but when he did play, he was the only rookie receiver to have 185 yards in a game. He showed promise. Their defense is going to be improved. They got new coach. I think to call them the worst is a stretch.
Well,
Jesus
let's
Christ,
talk
you want
about.
to kiss them now too?
Good point.
For crying out
I don't
loud?
want to be biased. I don't want to talk about, but let's
Mouth
talk about
open.
Seattle, Chicago. Who do we
You always
think?
go in if you're.
I'm not gonna lie.
Go big.
If I start talking about the Giants, I'll go too long. So I'm just
I'd
gonna
hate. I mean, I'm not saying it for shock value, but I think Chicago is the worst of those two
Dude, they played
teams.
Detroit twice.
Okay, and
Exactly.
Detroit's probably going to win both those games. I'm not going to lie to you.
Wah, wah, wah.
They might go.
Philly's the worst team in the East. Just FYI.
Really?
No,
you want to say that? Yeah, you wanna-
I picked them for the playoffs.
You want to say
Side
that? Yeah. Side bet. Let's do that. Let's do. Who's going to have the worst record?
Do you think
We
that?
have that.
No,
already,
no,
me and you.
me
Oh,
and-
yeah, you guys should do that too.
Come on. Let's keep giving me money.
I don't think.
I won't even look at
That's
you.
what I thought.
I don't think we know yet.
I think the Seahawks. I'll pick the Seahawks right now.
No.
Really interesting.
I do.
I gotta wait for camp battles. Like
Yeah.
I don't.
I want to see
It's
what
still
happens.
Hey,
Atlanta.
it's real easy
Atlanta's
to me.
gonna have
Okay.
the worst record.
Drew Lock,
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields, right?
Justin
I
Fields.
like Drew Lock.
It's kind of. I don't know. For me,
I like Drew Lock. I don't think he's going to a situation that's going to make him better.
it's not going to support him.
I don't think so.
I
And
think-
that-
Well, they're already not supporting him. That's
Yeah.
why. I like
I
Drew
think
Lock too, but
Drew
Drew Lock
Lock-
has always been. He's got that overrated.
I think this is smarter than Drew Lock.
Wow. What's his name?
but he's got swag though, bro.
It's the
Where did Drew Lock
Hey,
go to
but
school?
Drew Lock got.
the Ohio
He
State.
did the Buzz
I don't
Lightyear
know.
thing.
That's
Like,
pretty cool.
He was
I
pretty
don't
cool.
know. Do you know where he went to school?
Didn't Drew Lock go to Stanford?
He went to Mizzou,
No.
Missouri or something.
No.
Mizzou.
Did he?
No, I don't think it was Mizzou either.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
think
now
so.
I got to find out.
Drew
No, I
Lock
think
was
he
either
did.
Stanford or like
No.
Washington
Definitely
State.
wasn't Stanford.
I think
or
it was
Washington.
Washington.
State.
I guarantee. No. I will bet someone $5 right now. It's Mizzou or Mizzou or whatever
I
it's
don't
called.
think it's Mizzou, and I don't think he went to Mizzou. But check.
Who wants to?
Did you say Mizzou or Mizzou?
Whatever it's called. I don't give a fuck. You just give me $2. Let's place a bet real quick
He's
before he looks it
he's
up.
a Rutgers fan.
I guarantee it's.
Are you short on rent? Because he made like 5 bets already.
$2
Was he
short.
right? Yeah, it is Mizzou.
Mizzou,
Yeah.
yeah.
I told you.
So I
No,
stand.
it says nope. It says Mizzou.
I don't follow that team.
I will stand with my comment.
You're laughing.
I will stand with my comment.
Chicago has more future, more
Did I
promise.
ever tell you about the time I got
will
arrested
say
in
that.
Missouri?
Oh,
No.
for what? What'd you do to her?
Really? No, I got arrested for trying to smuggle a book into Missouri, but I got off.
Smuggle?
Yeah.
Did you keister it?
What was it? The Quran?
Oh yeah, they have no.
I got off.
Missouri's got a strict no reading rule.
Yeah, I got off though because nobody could prove it was a book.
That's similar to
Nice.
Footloose.
Good joke there.
I got it.
You're an idiot.
No, it was bad.
And then the last comment to kind of put a button on this little segment.
We just lost
Segue.
all our Missouri fans. All
You
one.
guys- yeah, right.
All one.
Yeah, literally.
I'm gonna do this to segue us. Okay?
I'm not following. You have to give me a direct order.
You guys ready for this
I'm gonna
username?
slap you on the ass. You want that? Okay.
That's-
User 63828648196
Hey, get a name.
Pick
right?
a number.
had one of the most liked comments on this post about who the worst team in the league is going to
You
be.
trashed them, and then they get to the most like comment.
And they said, unironically, the Panthers are contenders with Baker.
Yeah, but that was like we said.
Yeah.
So I think.
But
yeah,
it switches the narrative on the Panthers, though.
I think it does change things, but they just announced today it's an open competition between him and Donald.
And that might get into too much
How
of
great
what we're
would it be
talking about.
how bad would it make Baker feel if he gets beat by Darnold? Or even worse, Matt Corral.
That's
possible.
That draft, though, for
How's that
quarterbacks,
worse?
like, we got to think about that,
I'm saying
though.
for him.
Well, Corral's better than Darnold, and
With Darnold.
Is he
Darnold.
Creole?
Hey,
Darnold.
I say Air Bear, so I will say Darnold. if you want me to.
Darnold.
Darnold.
But
You gotta do with that inflection.
Darnold.
That's not-
You know what? I low key think
Low
that
key?
maybe this
No
is
cap?
like this is a good situation for Baker.
Is this a segment
Baker.
that we're going to
I'd like to see Baker go out there and win that goddamn job, and then let's see what Baker can do in
Baker.
that offense.
Baker, touchdown maker.
Because you want to know why? Because I think OBJ was right.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
I think it's the Cleveland system, and I think Cleveland done did Baker wrong too. And I think Baker's gonna go to Carolina, and Baker's gonna lay shit up. Woo, go Panthers!
Mark, did you go to Mizzou?
No, I went to Mizzou.
Isn't it crazy they
There
have
it
two
is.
of the top 3 picks from that draft?
I was going to say that draft class because I remember when it came out, everyone's like,
Do you know that they're
Who said
the
it? Someone-
only team ever to have 4 number 1 quarterbacks?
and
Play
none of
for
them
them?
pan out.
So
four-
1,
four
2,
number 1 picks.
Cam, and who's the other one?
Cam, Baker, Darnell.
Darnold.
Darnold.
Well, Darnold
Darnold was
was
a
a
number
number
one.
1 pick.
Baker was a number 1
Oh,
that
sorry,
year.
no, you're right. There was who was it?
See,
I
don't
just saw
bring
this
this shit
stats.
up if you don't know it.
But now I
Rocky.
got to look.
Yeah, now look. Mr. Phone Guy. Anyway,
Well, those are the comments.
who do we think wins, though? Because he's looking that up. Who do you think
Baker.
wins it? Really? You think it's that cut and dry? I
Yeah.
don't think so.
No, I think it is.
I think Darnold's issue is he's a little bit too loosey-goosey with the ball, but I
He
think
is.
there's more upside with him. to be
Oh,
honest with you.
agreed. But who? Okay,
I
the
think
Panthers
they're
have
both
gotten game
mobile.
managers in the past. They've gotten a Cam Newton after his prime. They've gotten a Teddy Bridgewater. They've gotten
Yeah.
experimental quarterbacks to get the job done with a supporting cast that is pretty decent in the talent perspective of Moore, McCaffrey, etc.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield can get the job done, I think.
I think Darnold's more talented. Though.
Agreed, and that might be flashy, but
But
we've
why
seen.
would they want to go with another game manager?
but,
Because
I mean,
they just traded for him.
Exactly that, and then
true.
also the fact that like Darnold has had a prove it year in a sense. Yeah, like another year or two would be nice for him and that team, but I
But-
think Mayfield kind of plug and
Before
play
you-
is better.
Before you open that big mouth, to be fair, they started
Wow.
3-0.
They did.
Their offense looked good.
They did.
McCaffrey got hurt.
Yeah.
Shit went in the toilet.
Right.
Imagine how good a Mayfield-led Panthers with the healthy McCaffrey
But
is.
how bad would it be with a bad McCaffrey,
But
injured McCaffrey?
Here's
too?
here's why Mayfield starts week 1.
Okay.
Because Carolina's free rolling.
That's true. Matt Rule's just
And they play the
Because
Browns.
They're free rolling.
And they
because
play the
played
Browns week 1.
Cleveland, and Cleveland is paying Baker Mayfield. They're free rolling.
That's true.
So
They can't
I
lose.
can't find it, and I'm not going to like waste the viewers' time to look, but I will find it afterwards, and we'll
a good
put
business
a point
decision.
up. But the
It was PJ something or other.
everybody keeps saying that the Browns traded for a 5th round pick. That's untrue. It's a conditional 5th. It moves to a 4th. If it goes well, it's actually a big deal because if you're a Panthers, they don't have many picks. They already traded 2 2nd-round picks for Darnold the previous year. So I think they're going to be embarrassed if they don't, the Panthers, if they don't start Mayfield. I actually liked Sam coming out of I wanted the Browns to draft Sam, not Baker.
Makes sense.
Either way, it's
Either way.
That's
Well,
why you're sitting here with us.
well, the quarterback I wanted them to draft was Josh.
Josh Rosen.
No, Josh Allen. I like Josh Allen.
My ass.
Okay.
Bullshit.
Okay, I mean it's easy to say for me, and it's easy for you guys to say bullshit.
Super easy.
I always go height. I always go things you can't teach.
That's a word.
I always go athletic ability. Always go athletic ability, and I like the fact that he could get out of the pocket.
Height and width. Height.
Whatever. Anyways,
Height.
I liked him, but I also liked Sam. I did. I thought he played in a great system at USC. I thought that he was accurate. I thought he was tall.
Yeah.
Thought he had more speed.
Good looking.
I did not like that Baker was
You're
under
right.
6 foot.
Right,
And no matter
Good
what
investor.
you want to say about Baker, he is not 6 foot.
How can you think that somebody's tall?
You're an
you don't.
asshole.
You don't think that somebody's tall. They're either tall or not.
He's taller than Baker. Baker's
right.
listed as 6'1". He's not. He's under 6. Look at any picture of Baker standing next to any other.
Short king.
Yeah.
Look at him next to Nick
This is
Chubb.
what's wrong with the dating society today.
Yeah, everyone's swiping right on or left on Baker.
Because the guy's
I've
a
never
little
been on
bit
Tinder.
shorter.
I mean,
You don't
listen,
give him a shot.
I mean,
You're just-
your insecurities there. I get it.
That's not an insecurity. It's what you said.
That is what you said.
What?
You said he's.
It's already gone.
You said, well, he's taller. Like it didn't even make an inch taller. Makes a difference.
Well, here's some modesty for you.
I mean, it's been proven in the NFL it makes a difference.
I'll be on record
It's been
saying
proven in the NFL that an inch or two at quarterback makes a difference.
Drew
right.
Brees thinks that you're
And-
a liar.
That's right.
Drew Brees. Okay, we talked about this the other day.
Let's not do this.
There's only been 2 quarterbacks, right?
What about Doug Flutie, though?
What about Doug Flutie?
Okay, in the last 20 years,
What about Kyler Murray?
Kyler Murray is yet to be proven.
TBD.
Okay, Russell Wilson, who lives and dies by his amazing athletic ability, and Drew Brees, will be first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
What about Doug Flutie?
It's 20 years ago. Name another short quarterback of average speed or below average, because Baker's not even average.
What was his 40?
It was a 4.64.
In the last 20 years?
I like Baker. He's a startable NFL quarterback.
All right, that's enough on these guys, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's get to our pressing issues, Rocky. Can
Michael
you hit
Vick is
that
6
drop?
foot.
Is that my cue?
Yeah.
Oh, Michael
Pressing issues. What's the issue? If there's issues, we're gonna press them.
Yeah, come on down. Baby, get ready.
All right, let's make a hard turn from NFL to MLB.
Look at that.
You guys. So, All-Star Game, Home Run Derby's coming up next week, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Derby. But I think what we wanted to talk about is, personally, I think the MLB has the best All-Star Game, or the best All-Star. They just do it the best. I think it's the most pageantry, the way they put it together. NBA used to be kind of in the conversation, but the dunk contest kind of going in the tank is taken away
So
from
did the game. Nobody plays defense. The
That's
All-Star game, like people are actually. I mean, they're competing. They're
Yeah.
wanting to win. I mean, if you think about even going back years, Randy Johnson brushing off John Kruk, and then John Kruk going to the other side of the plate. Like the MLB All-Star game has always been competitive, man.
So the question is, MLB holds their home run derby on Monday night and the All-Star game on a Tuesday night. Traditionally, I think what they're going after is the TV rating,
The working man.
the people that are home on the weeknights, right?
Yeah.
But I think personally, I want to see what you guys
It's a
think,
blue collar league, dude.
that they're missing a chance, though, to kind of, being that they have the best altogether All-Star events, to make it a weekend, make it a big deal, have ESPN cover it starting on the Thursday night, do the Derby on a Saturday night, do the All-Star game mid-Sunday. I think it could be make it a bigger deal than it is, because the Home Run Derby is the best event out of all the All-Star events in all of the major sports, right?
Hands down. It's not even close.
You get that on a Saturday night, like the dunk contest. I think it blows it out of the water.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
would it hurt or help to move to the weekend? I mean,
Twice.
you miss some of that TV audience, but I think you get a bigger, media attention and
I'd imagine that
social media.
They had to have done the homework, right? So I'd imagine they had to have, flirted with the idea of doing it on the weekend. Because the Home Run Derby, honestly, is the only All-Star event, aside from football skills challenge, but they tried to reboot Home Run Derbies separately twice now. So once way back in the day, where it was like mano-y-mano, and they would go to, they would go head-to-head.
Yeah, brackets, yeah.
Yeah, and they would compete, and this happened during the off season. So that like it's got a draw. I mean, if you tried to reboot that twice, like that's got a huge draw. So that's a big ticket. So I would think that if it's that popular, have they not flirted at least with the idea of floating that on a weekend?
We know MLB is also a little bit behind the times with everything that they do too.
Yeah.
I think they're slow to action. I think the NFL is probably the most proactive with changing rules and things they do to stay current. I think NBA is right behind them. The NHL is probably third. I think MLB is the slowest. I think they take long to make changes.
I think for sure MLB and then soccer never changes. Like it's a dinosaur.
So there's a chance they drop the ball here. Is what I'm saying.
So what is it typically? It's 2 days off before and 2 days off after, right? Isn't that what it is?
Yeah.
The only thing that I can think of is that it may mess up like weekly scheduled opponents coming in and out of town, right? Because they try to schedule two, 3 to 4 game series throughout the week, and that's how you see the breakup. So if you have it Saturday, Sunday, you're looking at Monday, Tuesday off, so then you have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
You'd have to play a 4-game series coming out of that. Or if you're only playing a 3-game series, then it chops up the next week for you.
You wanted to say something? Looks like you're ready to say
No,
something.
I'm just thinking to myself, like, the shockwave of it being on a weekend is potentially more beneficial than it being during a Monday, Tuesday night. I just think like it's talked about more as far as the younger generation goes. Like you usually wake up and see all that stuff on your phone the next day. Like it potentially can have more longevity of an event.
I mean, it's a different era. So when I was growing up, there was a Monday Night Baseball. It was the one game of the week that you actually got.
They do it Sunday now. But
yeah, they do Sunday night. But like for us,
I don't think Sunday was a day back then.
maybe not. We loved Monday Night Baseball. It was almost like Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
Like everybody watched it.
Iconic.
Yeah, it was very iconic. So like part of me almost wonders if they're not trying to stick with that.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, if any major sports league tries to stick with nostalgia, it is the MLB.
And I think that maybe their thought is, well, people are probably out doing things Sunday night. It's still a weekend. Maybe we'll catch them Monday night because they're home. But I agree with you. I think that like they probably need to switch it to a
I wish
Sunday.
they would, man, because fucking Bachelor and Bachelorettes on Monday nights, and I won't be able to watch the goddamn home run derby because I have to watch what.
You don't have to do anything, Mark. You make choices in life.
Here's what I say.
Men make choices.
To put a bow on this little part here, I think that with the state of baseball, which we know is turned into a regional sport, and the average viewing audience is, I think, up over the 50-year-olds, right?
Yeah.
You want to get younger people involved, and the NBA has no problem running their events on a weekend, right? I think the Home Run Derby will do the same thing that the Slam Dunk Contest does after a couple years. Like this year, if they have it on a Saturday, you have Juan Soto, you have Ronald Acuna Jr., you have Kyle Schwarber, you possibly have Stanton, you got Pujols, who's going to be like the favorite.
Dude, you haven't even mentioned the 2-time defending champ, the
All right,
goddamn polar bear.
I was trying to pitch you for it, but what I'm saying is you have star power, and this is how you promote your stars with the long ball and the home run derby. You have that on a Saturday.
This could be the year
and
to do
maybe
it.
it doesn't. You don't get the viewership you want this weekend, but you get the blowback on the media coverage Sunday, Monday morning. They're talking about what happened in the home run derby, and then next year you have people looking forward to it.
I mean, is there something else they could do to even add it? Like, because I do think the home run derby is, I think, better than the slam dunk already.
Oh, 100%.
Well, they just.
But could they
changed
do
it.
things like, could they put like objects or like I don't know, canceled celebrities in the outfield that like
That sounds premeditated.
That could be funny.
I mean, yeah, people could like they aim at. So
Someone
like
just gets a
maybe you don't-
concussion and everyone just laughs at it.
Maybe you don't
That's terrible.
hit it over the fence, but maybe you hit, I don't know.
Yeah.
Zoe
they could probably
Kravitz.
think
Zoe
about something
Kravitz.
with
I
that.
like how that's what you thought of.
Scott Baio.
Because that's what I thought of too for some reason.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, the new format they implemented is pretty cool, and I think it's made it a lot better. But I just think it's a missed opportunity
Well,
for them.
yeah, I
They
mean,
gotta start
yeah.
forward thinking.
I think there's no such thing as bad publicity. I mean, say they do it wrong this time with this All-Star cast, it's still talked about. It's, was this a mistake? Was this? And then you just roll with it. Like, you just use that momentum into next year, and hopefully it's as good as it was this year.
So who are you pulling for? You pulling for Alonso? Or?
Oh, the polar bear, man. I'm a Mets fan. Of course
I mean,
am.
Stanton might be in it. I want to pull for him, but I still feel like it's one of if Pujols.
His swan song.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll tug on the heartstrings a little bit. That you might want to see the guy go out and win one.
I hope he does. Like, I hope he goes up against like Schwarber, who I could give two shits about, like in round one, and he just destroys Kyle Schwarber. I would love that. Yeah. And I faced the polar bear in the last round, and the polar bear just goes ape shit on him.
Cool.
Yeah, and then sends him off into retirement early.
Yeah, I don't like Alonso too much. I mean, he's a great
Of course you
hitter.
don't.
He's a little awkward. You gotta be honest.
He is
With the-
awkward,
yeah,
but
so
that's what's beautiful about baseball. You can be awkward and be good.
You can be awkward and be good at anything. It's not
No,
just
name an
baseball.
awkward basketball player.
Kawhi
gosh.
Leonard.
Why Leonard's
Yes.
not
Oh my
awkward?
gosh.
Who'd
No,
say?
you hit that on the head.
I mean,
Kawhi
You've heard his
is
laugh?
awkward?
Kawhi's
You've
not
heard his
awkward.
laugh?
Well, you never watch basketball.
Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman definitely
Well,
awkward.
that's not awkward.
Dude, no,
that's
I think-
otherworldly.
Ratioed. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
got him. All right, so let's move on to our next slide. Which new quarterback in a new I haven't even thought about this. Will go the furthest? Right? We're saying because we do think a couple of them will possibly make the playoffs.
Yeah, the winningest.
But who do we think will be have the best year? Go.
I mean, I think Gardner Minshew in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I agree. Did you see that slide I sent you guys? That
Yeah, I
somebody
saw
from the
it.
Eagles camp
Big
said,
fucking whoop.
I know. Now listen, that was
He threw
That's
3
awesome.
interceptions in camp. Whoa.
no.
Big
He threw
offseason.
3 interceptions,
Sacked 3
Four
times.
sacked 3
incompletions.
times, and 4 incompletions
in like a
in 10
freaking
throws.
in like a 7-on-7. Who
in
cares?
10 throws.
Well,
Yes,
that makes
he
it
had
worse.
he even had
Zach,
more.
I don't
That's
think
like
you
a
would do
report.
that.
That's like a report that it's like, oh, Daniel Jones, tripped over his own 2 legs in camp. Whoa, a big offseason.
No, but
who
people expect
cares?
that. He tripped over
Yeah,
the
people
7-yard
expect
line
that.
in the
I mean,
regular
come on.
season.
You know what?
That's expected.
I'm
After breaking
appreciative.
out for 80
I'm
yards.
appreciative of this kind of talk because we've
There we
had
go.
such a great offseason.
Yeah.
You know, Miles Sanders had come out and said that it's the Dream Team 2.0. AJ Brown has said we need to earn it first. I'm okay with this. Keep talking about
That's
Hey
coming out.
Zach, hey Zach, nobody likes the salty beach.
Oh, he's
Hey, guys.
he's been waiting
Hey,
to say
guys.
that.
Hey, guys,
Nobody
get your-
likes the salty beach.
He's been thinking about that since last Tuesday.
Guys, get your own thing, right?
It's on his shirt. He actually wore the shirt
Just to
to
say
set
that.
up the
Brand,
joke.
Mark's got a brand ad.
That
going.
comment came from that building, though.
Yeah, good. We probably put it out there. Everything goes out for a reason, as they say in the media. They
Well,
probably
it
wanted
doesn't-
out to bring down the heat just a little bit. That's all I'm saying.
I don't
mean,
know.
that kinda
There's been a lot of heat.
That turns up the heat.
No,
though.
as in like it brings. Okay, I meant expectation when I
It
said
could just
heat.
be-
Like
I
it
mean,
brings
there's-
down the expectation.
Maybe
a
they're
little
trying
bit.
to tell Jalen, you better straighten up, buddy.
Oh, there just might be people
Like
in
I
that
said,
building that don't believe in.
There's a
hurts, too.
reason anything in the media gets released.
Okay, so all joking aside, who do we think is going to be the winningest?
Well, did anybody go through the trouble of listing them, or should we just try to remember them? Real
I mean,
quick?
I have one real quick. Oh wait, you mean like just in general?
Well,
What
we know-
are
can we-
quarterbacks?
Can we
while,
get?
while you guys are thinking about it, I can name the 4 number 1 quarterbacks in Carolina now.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
so it was David Carr,
EJ Manuel.
Oh,
Okay.
Cam Newton.
yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
who? David Carr? No, that was the Texans.
That was
Oh,
the
you
Texans.
didn't say draft of number.
Yeah,
one.
They
but
didn't
like
draft number
acquired.
1, played.
Like,
Oh, whoa.
David Carr, Cam Newton, Baker Mayfield, and Vinny Testaverde.
Vinny. He was.
So there's only
decent
2
at-
other
yeah.
teams that actually had 3. Nobody else has had 4, and it was Arizona and it was the Rams.
Mm.
So
All right, cool.
Arizona.
yeah,
Okay,
Arizona
yeah.
had Kyler.
Kurt. Not Kurt. I said Kurt. Carson Palmer.
Yeah, they had Murray, Bradford, and Palmer.
Okay.
And
What's his face?
Oh,
USC
Bradford.
wasn't.
Rams had Bradford,
Liner?
Goff,
Yeah.
and Stanford.
Young went first, I think.
Yeah,
Oh,
Liner went
yeah, he
too.
did. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways,
So I've got.
Look at me.
I
I,
mean,
don't know
I-
anything about football. That's
I
crazy.
have a quarterback if we want to
yeah.
start ripping him off.
Oh yeah.
As
Rip it
much
off.
as, and is it really? I honestly want to say anti-bias by what I'm about to say here. Carson Wentz for the Commanders, is that what they're called now?
Yeah.
I think how good their talent is on the defensive line in the wide receiving core.
Underperformed last year, the defensive line, though.
Yeah,
Agreed.
But Chase was out.
With the
Right.
division that the NFC East is, I think Carson Wentz can lead them to. I mean, I have them being a playoff team. It was an early prediction before all this,
Yeah.
So you
all
think
the noise.
Philadelphia and Washington comes out of that?
I do,
Yeah.
So Dallas
Yeah.
doesn't make it.
but that's just because I don't like the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I think even if I thought they were a good team, I
So
don't
Dallas
think I'd
and
say
who
it.
else is in that?
The Giants, Rocky.
The Giants.
Really? What kind of shit
I
was
just wanted
that?
you to say it.
So
Of all these,
I'll
of all the
push
moves,
back on Wentz. Just
Yeah.
I like Wentz, but he had a pretty good situation last year in a pretty
He did.
weakish division
He did.
with possible MVP candidate, and he shit the bed at the end of the
does
season.
he think that this is the last time?
Oh, he knows it is.
he
so does
definitely
that,
knows it is.
does that change anything at all?
I
Yeah,
think
I
he
don't know
was
if
trying
he can
last
change.
year.
Yeah, like I don't think he
because-
changed who you are.
I think because of the supporting cast, I think that they do make it. I don't necessarily think it's because of Wentz. I think Wentz is an upgrade from what they had, but I don't.
I like Heineke.
He'll push him a little, just enough to get back to the playoffs. But that's an excellent segue because the team that he left, I think, is the perfect situation for the new quarterback, Matt Ryan. I mean,
Nice
you're talking
segue.
about a very, very, very efficient NFL quarterback. Probably going to take some shit with, they lost a 28-point lead to the Patriots on the Super Bowl. Blah, blah, blah. But Matt Ryan's a great quarterback. And to be thrust into a situation on a team that should have made the playoffs had Carson Wentz not choked against the Jaguars in the final
Yeah,
week.
it was a bad choke job.
I mean,
Yeah.
you put Matt Ryan in that situation. Indianapolis probably isn't even in that situation. Indianapolis probably his WAR there is probably 1 to 2 games higher than Carson Wentz in that situation. They're probably already in the playoffs. But you put him in that situation, I think Matt Ryan set up the
He did
best.
come from Atlanta.
I mean, Matt Ryan, I agree with you. He's probably one of the smartest QBs around. And like even last year, that game early in the season when he played
Boston
Tampa
College.
Bay, he gave Tampa Bay everything they could handle. And it wasn't anything skill based because honestly, his skills are eroding.
Who, Ryan?
Yeah, I mean they're good.
He's still
He's
a
never
smart-
been.
he's
He's
still-
smart
yeah.
as anything, but he's never been a long ball, and he can't throw the ball like he used to. But he is intelligent, and with that supporting cast, you're right. I mean JTT's undoubtedly the best running back. He can also catch out of the backfield. He's got a good receiving core, great line, good D. I don't think it's a bad choice.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go to another AFC team, and this is a little risky, so I'm going to see if you guys let me do something a little unorthodox here, but I want to go with Pittsburgh Steelers.
No.
And
I like
wanna
how you
go-
held your small hands
I
on
don't,
it.
well, yeah. I don't know if Kenny Pickett or Trubisky's going to start. I'm assuming Trubisky. But I like to
Trubisky.
reserve the right because both of them are new QBs in a new spot.
Troops.
That I think that team that made the playoffs last year with a guy playing quarterback, right?
Essentially.
A
With
body.
probably a top 3 coach in the NFL. Can I go out on a limb and say that?
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
Of course.
Do we think that Trubisky or Pickett are better than Roethlisberger the last 2 years?
Yes.
I do. And I think if specifically Trubisky, I think if Trubisky wins the job, I think they'll know how to utilize him the same way that Nagy did in his first 2 years, and I think that offense will be
But
leaps
better,
and
but
bounds.
No,
better.
yeah, Nagy's an asshole. No, Tomlin will do it better.
He'll do it better
Coach of the
with
year.
better
Nagy
with better
did it
receivers.
well his first 2 years, though. They were a good offense.
He was the coach of the year on that time.
I think that if they could get him in that type of situation where he's being utilized with his legs on the rollouts and all those type of misdirection actions, and make the game easy for him with that defense
Yeah.
and Najee Harris and that coaching staff.
So what are they? They're bringing back the slash offense then. This is like
Cordell Stewart? Yeah,
Cordell
why
Stewart
not?
2.2.
I love
the
Cordell.
only thing I will
on board.
say is he is going to be facing the Ravens, who have a great defense, the Browns, who have a good defense. So like,
Go 1 for 1 and do what you got to do.
yeah,
You
but
split against all of them. I mean,
Yeah.
they're all facing each other.
I think there's a big difference between if Trubs starts
And Pickett.
and Pickett.
Yeah, me
because
too.
I think Pickett's just going to make rookie mistakes.
Shrubby.
It's nothing against him. He's going to grab his, small hands around that huge ball, and I think he's just going to.
That sounds a little erotic, buddy.
I mean, it's going to be like Phil in the bedroom.
Hey, listen, I got a track record.
So,
Okay.
so who you
I'm
got?
just saying.
Who you got, Rocky? Who you like?
I make fun of Baker, but I do think he's landing in a decent situation.
You think
there.
they'll make the playoffs?
I
The
no.
winningest quarterback.
I think Matt
no.
Rule doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Is what I
No,
know.
Yeah.
I think though that when
Post-
you
post
look
that.
at how many games they won last year compared to how many games they could win this year. And a lot of this I'm betting on the fact that I think CMC is going to be healthy.
Yeah. And what if he's not though?
But we're going on projections here. So I'm in this scenario, this dream world. I am
This is a dream world.
betting on CMC being healthy, and I'm betting on Baker having a chip on his shoulder. And when Baker has a chip on his shoulder,
He has a chip in his shoulder.
and he has a chip in his shoulder and a chip in his mouth because he's gained like 20 pounds, he almost didn't pass his physical.
Jesus.
That's true, actually.
Oh, that's breaking news for me. I didn't know that.
He gained some weight. He plays when he's pissed
That's right.
and he's angry. And I don't know if he saw today what he said, but they asked him
This is not a movie though. Huh?
if he's searching for, if he is excited for the game against the Browns, and he said,
I wouldn't be a robot
Yeah.
if I had something.
"Yeah, I'm not a robot. I have circled it on my
he's
calendar."
so annoying.
I'm not a robot.
Yeah.
Even without chips in me, I
Who's the
swear.
movie?
So-
Imbakerable.
So I mean,
Oh,
what did
jeez.
Carolina win? How many games they win last year? Like
5,
3? Yeah,
I
5.
think.
Okay, so I think they might. I mean, they might win. 10.
I can't believe you take
You think
Baker.
they're gonna win? He's good for 5 games.
They were 5-12 last year.
No, man.
I
So,
just don't want to be a bad sport
I don't
and
see
pick
how you
against
take
Baker.
I don't see how you take Baker over another quarterback unless we.
Oh, you're getting a second pick. Huh?
unless we segue to what you picked last week, and I know we all know from the TikTok that Ciara is your lady, but your lady's man.
I am
in
surprised you didn't
Denver,
go Wilson.
man.
Yeah.
Let
Russell.
Russ cook in Denver.
I'm surprised you didn't
Shit,
go Russell
man.
Wilson. I'm
Russ
surprised no
is-
one did.
Russ has got an offense waiting for him. Russ is gonna.
Russ.
I didn't pick the Broncos to make the playoffs, so I couldn't have picked Russell Wilson.
I did.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
But someone
I
did.
picked the Broncos. to
You
make
picked
playoffs.
Matt Ryan though.
Oh no, he's just
I'm
saying the
saying, like-
playoffs.
Yeah, I know. I get it.
So like
See,
I almost didn't
listen.
pick Matt Ryan because I thought that I had originally said that Indianapolis doesn't make the
She's a
playoffs.
beautiful woman.
Yeah, we know.
Are you doubling down here?
Yeah, she's a beautiful woman.
And you
I
wanted-
don't. He didn't know who
Wait a
Sierra
minute.
was. He didn't know who
What?
Gal Gadot
What?
was.
He didn't know who.
I know
Gal
who
Gadot
Sarah
was.
Wilson was. Is it really pronounced Gadot?
Yeah, it is.
Is
Yeah.
it really?
No, it's actually Godot.
Godot. Okay.
Godot.
Just wanted,
Gadot.
just wanted to
Gadot,
clarify
yeah,
here.
Okay.
Godot.
Yeah. That maybe that's why I didn't know
Gadot.
because
Yeah,
you said
Gal Gadot.
I mean, we've all mispronounced things. I'm going to point them out to you guys. You just said weakish, which is not a word, but I didn't point it out.
you said height.
Weakish? Did I
Yeah,
say that?
okay.
When did I say that?
I'm going to start pointing out.
I
when
don't
you guys-
remember saying that. When did I say that?
You did.
About what?
I don't know.
That's the great thing about having a podcast. You can just go back and
Yeah,
watch
well,
it.
you said you don't. When?
Just like
You're
10
not
minutes
just
ago.
gonna call 10 minutes ago. You remember that?
I looked at you and I made fun of it, so
I
you'll be
said
able to pick it up.
weakish.
Phil's
Yeah.
gonna be editing later. And be like, son of a bitch. He
If I
was
said
right.
weakish, I mean, did I say weakish, guys?
I don't know.
Nobody heard it, but you.
Yeah. It's going in one ear out the.
It's there. Trust me.
I missed
Okay.
it. I usually don't listen because I'm always
Yeah.
thinking of the next thing.
Hey,
I'm
so you
gonna
guys
say.
ready to talk about Wimbledon?
Yeah, sure am.
It's spelled wrong.
No, it's spelled right.
I don't even know.
Yeah, is
Now,
I'm
did
just
you
trying
guys,
to beat you to it. So
Did you guys pay any attention to this over the weekend or no?
no,
No,
not
sir.
at all. Not at all.
The,
I
the
did a
guy
little
that was
bit.
in the final, Kyrgios,
Kyrgios.
the bad boy of tennis. This guy's a freaking
Is there a
character,
bad-
man. Yeah,
is
he's
there-
a bad boy.
Is there a
There's
bad boy tennis?
Define bad boy in
No, he's a
tennis.
bad boy.
What like?
But he's got like an assault charge.
he's never heard of John McEnroe. So
John
he has no
McEnroe is the-
idea.
yeah, he doesn't know.
John. How do you spell McEnroe?
Andre Agassi was a bad boy.
McEnroe.
I swear to
Yeah,
God,
so,
if you're
I mean-
looking this shit up, are you serious?
He's looking up what, McEnroe?
oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, how old is this dude?
Who, Kyrgios or
Don't
McEnroe?
matter.
It does matter. It was before my time. How am I supposed
Well,
to know?
anyway,
He's 63.
He's a legend, though. He's a legend.
He looks like he's wearing a Star Trek
look at him in the Star
uniform. in the-
Trek gear.
so nobody watched, huh?
I did.
So Djokovic tied Roger Federer for second most championships. tour
Yeah,
championships.
behind Rafi.
No, Rafi was up 1. Rafi had to bow out. That's how Kyrgios
That's
got
how Kyrgios
basically
got in.
Yeah, he was supposed to play Nadal.
And apparently Kyrgios couldn't sleep and was like vomiting all night too because he was gifted the.
You gotta understand, this guy's a shit talker. And then after the
complete
match,
shit talker.
So during the match, he complains.
He won the first set too.
He complains about a woman in the stands that was talking to him. It's a bitch, right? So and then after the match, like this doesn't happen in team sports. It's crazy. After the match, he complains to the media that the woman was drunk. Hear me out. Said she had 700 drinks and she was talking to him.
700.
He says, I'm not going to blame her for losing, but...
It's like me in the
here comes the blame.
Tampa stadium.
It's a bitch.
I can't get it. Like I like playing tennis. But
Do
I,
you know?
Yeah, but I can't.
Probably
watch
wearing an
it.
ascot while you're doing it.
Oh yeah, definitely wearing an ascot, drinking a martini.
Well, he's different. He's a player that you could actually
Talking
watch
to my
because he's
servants,
so
"Get me a drink."
unorthodox.
Who, Kyrgios?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kyrgios is like...
He's
like-
good for
yeah.
a between the leg shot every single
He's a
every
bad boy
single
at
match.
tennis.
Bad boy
Yeah.
tennis.
I can't get behind that
It's like-
brand. I'm sorry.
Like Chaz Michael's the bad boy.
Yes, Michael, the
Yeah,
bad boy of
He'll go out there sometimes and he'll
over his head.
Oh.
he'll loosen,
I
he'll
have
loosen
no
the net a
idea.
little bit so that it's not.
By the way, when
so
I
it's
look
not
up
tight at the top.
when I look up John Mick whatever, it says people also search for Jimmy Connors, who is 69, Bjorn Borg, who is 66, and then Chris Evert, who's 67.
So you're making fun of us for knowing
Everett.
history.
Okay, wait. So
I'm not making fun. I literally just read what Google
So he
said.
just mispronounced the name. Is that? Can I like?
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh.
hey, you know what makes it not cool? Asking permission, right? Just do it.
No. I just prefer to call him out on it.
We'll just call him
Just
out.
do it, yeah.
You're
Yeah, I
looking
just
at
did.
me.
I
No,
kinda
you
did.
didn't.
Stop
kinda
winking at Phil. It's making me feel weird.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
So he says
man.
Chris Evert. Who cares?
Whatever. I got
Wimbledon tennis!
I got Bjorn right. Just saying. I could have said Bjorn.
That's how
Well,
actually how you
I mean,
pronounce it.
No,
It is.
stop
It's
it.
Bjorn.
Okay, see, can I make fun of Rocky if we're gonna
Why
ask
is
permission for
everybody
things?
asking me?
Actually, Bjorn.
Stop it! Not. Stop it.
No,
Bjorn.
he's got Swedish blood. He did the ancestry in me.
I do not have Swedish
Those
blood.
meatballs were Swedish, by the way.
Those meatballs were disgusting. They were Swedish. They were Italian. They're fucking huge
Mark,
and
you
dry.
had like 12. How can you like say they're disgusting while you're double fisting them into your fat?
Well,
mouth?
24 would have been a good meatball, but 12 is.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Over his
Bow, bow, bow.
Bow. All right, so let's go on to our ass of the week, Rocky. I'll cut that out. Don't worry.
Ass of the week.
I like her jeans. I gotta be honest.
That guy's an asshole.
A bunch of bands that Zach's never heard of.
We got a special
Whoa!
one. It's
Remix.
a remix. Yeah.
Remix.
Because we couldn't decide this week.
I could.
Yeah. What is this week?
Let's take a tally.
Yeah, we knew that there was something, and so we're gonna craft the story of these
A
two.
legend
First of
was
all,
born.
let me start
yeah.
by saying I don't know who I'm more attracted to because they're both good looking. They're good looking people.
It
Let me
makes
help you
sense
out.
after your
Let me
after
help
your
you
last
out.
draft.
You almost just said good-looking dudes.
More attracted to her.
That's what you almost said. So
Not gay, right?
we know
Number
who.
one, not
But they're
gay.
both good-looking
Number
people.
one, but you're saying who you're attracted to, heterosexual, right? That's number one. Number two,
I mean, I had a
How
vote in
much-
for Michael B. Jordan, so
how
we
many-
don't know. I
Yeah,
could
but
be
that's bullshit, right?
1/5
I
attracted
feel
to him.
like this is his coming out party.
How much Botox in that top lip? What do you think? Is that 2 shots, 3 shots?
probably took it from Zach's upper lip.
I don't know, that could be shading because they do a lot of shit with makeup.
I know,
nowadays.
What
you
I
can
want to
see the
know is
little bump
how
there.
No, it's
how
thin,
are
though.
how are his teeth that way?
I was gonna say, is he a Colgate sponsor or something?
Yeah.
Jesus.
You guys jealous?
I am a little bit.
I mean, you got the money to go do that.
Hey, great first name though, right? We would say.
No, actually, he's a proper Zach. I think he uses an H.
Yeah, so do I.
No.
Did you
No, you don't use an H or a
Hey,
C.
according-
It's CAC.
According to the
HR
will we're
cut.
going to see later, you do not.
I don't use an H or a C.
All right, so,
So what
You
is
are
it?
C.
Z A
So this
K.
yeah,
is-
it's not
this is Zach-
CACC.
Zach was
So-
his ex-girlfriend, right?
Let's talk about this. So these two were dating,
That's right.
Yes.
and then all of a sudden, this guy enters the picture.
Up to the draft, by the way, they were dating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the wide receiver for the Washington.
His roommate.
Well, it's
Best
on,
friend.
on BYU they
Yeah.
were roommates.
Best
and
friend.
they- yeah,
He's
best
wide
friend.
receiver one.
And now he plays for the Washington
But
Commanders.
before you press that button, can I just preface this?
Yeah, please.
All right, so the way
Preface
the timeline
away.
of the story
The older the berry, the sweeter the juice.
was a picture posted on social media
Yes, Mark gets canceled.
of her. Do we know her name?
No.
Good looking blonde.
Botox blonde.
AJ Milne. No.
So
Botox
there was a
blonde.
picture.
Gabby something.
All right, there's a picture of her posted with that gentleman right
Yes.
there with the excessive eye black. And
I think I have that picture.
Abby Guile. Abby Gile. Am I just mispronouncing?
yeah, God,
things?
just be confident.
Abby Guile.
you go.
ABBEY. Abby.
Abby. So they posted that, and somebody in the comments called her a
Homie Hopper. Which let's
I'm-
start by saying that.
It's a great name.
Oh, what?
What does that mean?
Homie Hopper.
You never heard that
homie
term?
hopper.
I've been called that. I've said that.
You've been
Yeah.
called that. So can
Yeah.
you tell us the situation you recall that?
Oh, I could tell you mine because I've been called that too. It was in high school. I was dating a girl for like a year, or maybe a year and a half. And then I slept with her friend and then her other
Ooh.
friend I almost slept with. And they called me Homie Hop.
Atta
So
boy,
Zach,
Phil.
which
But they were also homie hoppers because they were.
Oh, so PEMDAS,
We're
it just
friends.
cancels out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it
yeah.
didn't
Yeah,
happen.
math.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Homie hopper.
So Zach, what about your relationship? What was his name?
Oh, it's funny. mine was
Shred.
not as worse as yours was. It was just two
Not as
friends.
bad, I think.
They were just friends, and talked to both of them different times.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So
learned.
he's his PG version.
I've learned from it.
Yeah.
A gentleman doesn't kiss and tell, but
So they called her a homie hopper, and she responded with a bombshell, which is
Boom.
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 Who doesn't love a little gossip?
He said
He
he
was-
was.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you read
No,
it.
no,
You
no,
read-
no.
no. He was sleeping with his mom's best friend. That's the real homie hopper.
And then boom, literally started a blaze on
Yeah.
media, like digging. Everyone investigates. Everyone saw, and that's when we get the real dirt of. I'm trying to alley oop here.
That's his mom, by the way.
Yeah, we
Okay.
could not
Not-
find a
yeah.
picture of his mom's best friend.
No.
I can
But-
get behind hashtag Cougar Nation here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she was a big hit at the draft
Bet
Was
she
she?
when he was being drafted. When he was being drafted.
Drafted.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because she
Good job.
paused quite a bit. And her pictures were everywhere with him. So she became an instant
Well,
hit.
we haven't gotten into the real dirt yet. So like the fact that they broke up, she dated his BFF #1 wide receiver from BYU. He apparently, and I don't know if this is proven. I'm sure it is, right? From now, like he slept with his mom's best friend.
Right.
That's
This
the
lady's,
big- that's
this
the
lady's
mic
best
drop.
friend, which we couldn't find a picture of.
Yeah.
And then today she went on a 30-minute viral rant.
Who's she? Abby Guile?
The mom.
Guile?
The mom did
Zach
a
Wilson's
video.
mom, Mrs.
yeah?
Wilson.
Yes, Mrs. Wilson.
What's she saying in that thing?
She didn't say anything about this episode, but she cried throughout the 30-minute and talked about the evils of social media and how
So it's
Satan
true.
is attacking our kids through social media.
So it's
My
true.
boy likes wine, not grape juice. Leave him
So
alone.
Satan slept with her best friend.
So is Zach Wilson an all-time Jets legend right after Joe
Yes.
Namath or before Joe
Oh,
Namath?
yeah. No, I think he might be.
And the
I don't
greatest,
know.
tweet that we saw today, Mark, do you want to talk about that tweet? About
So there was apparently Zach Wilson has a female follower who was like, "Oh, hey Zach, I'm your biggest fan. I love watching you. You're so cute. I'm going to my very first NFL game. I got tickets already.
It was Mark's burner account.
I'm going.
It was Mark's burner
I'm going to the Jets Week 1
Actually, it
game.
was Tara's.
Will you meet me?" And he replies, "Who's that in the picture with you?" And she goes, "Oh, it's my mom." And he says, "Will she be there with you too?"
Yeah, stop it. That did not. That
It
was.
did-
I
Well,
swear it's
but
on.
that-
It's on social media.
Oh,
I don't
that's
know.
factual.
I don't know if it was.
And
his
that wasn't
account.
even the best one I was talking
That
about.
was probably Photoshop.
Oh, it has to be
The best
Photoshop.
one that I was talking about was
That would be
if
incredible.
This was the tweet. If Zach Wilson rumors are true, it'll mark the first time the Jets have scored over 40 since 2018.
Oh, that's good. I think everyone's a Jets fan now.
Listen,
I think everyone's rooting for Zach Wilson.
What a backfire by the ex-girlfriend.
Oh my gosh,
She
yeah.
just like upped his
He's a hero.
Stock.
street cred
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh my gosh. So is he a class or an ass? Let's take a vote.
To me, he's a class. I mean, all the NFL players, guys, are calling
both
him,
class asses.
saying he's got the dog. I don't think he's an ass. Because why is he an ass?
Well, because this is mom's best friend.
They have the images of his.
I-
his-
Listen, he broke his mom's heart. And
Did
he
he?
probably
Do we
ruined.
think
Listen,
that the mom didn't know?
I don't. Judging by the 30-minute cry video, I don't think she knew.
That's PR, my man.
That's
listen.
saving face.
He broke up their friendship. That's never the same.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't think so.
I think he broke.
I don't
think
know.
he broke his mom's heart.
I think it's a perfect storm.
So why are we not putting any blame on the over 40-year-old woman?
Oh, no,
and not the
listen,
20-year-old.
you're
kid?
over
Well,
40,
no one's
you
putting
get what
blame
you
on the
get.
20-year-old
If it was
kid.
the genders were switched here, we wouldn't be talking about him that way.
No, what I'm not saying she's not wrong. I'm just saying that we don't know her.
Listen, they're both.
She knows her.
Unlike,
Yeah, so she's wrong too. But Zach, that's your mom. Zach, that's your mom, Zach.
She's a predator, guy.
Zach,
but-
that lady gave birth to you, Zach.
unlike
Is she not a predator?
Zach with a K.
That's a predator.
Zach with a K. That lady gave birth to you.
She might have been grooming him since he was 13, 14 years old.
You don't know
Right,
that.
so.
She could have been.
I don't
Unlike the
know.
situation, the quarterback situation in Cleveland, this was 2 consenting adults. So it's just as much
No
on her as it
NDAs
on him.
described, or whatever they're called.
She could have been grooming him. Could you imagine? Oh, what a spin!
I think he's a
saying.
class because it makes everyone root for the Jets a little bit more.
I don't know.
At Thanksgiving dinner, oh, Zachy, I dropped my biscuit on the floor. Can you grab that for me? She just does like
It's
a little.
listen, we're joking, but if she was that close to the mom and she slept with the son, there's no way you could tell me that there's not a chance. There's a little stuff around the margins.
Zachy, the heat index is a 10 today. Can you take this lotion and rub it on my shoulders?
Listen, I think he broke his mom's heart. Mom's crying on
I think
Facebook.
she broke the mom's heart.
She's
He
gotta
broke-
get over
I think
it.
they both. broke
She's
the
gotta
mom's
get
heart.
over it.
Can we put this in context because I don't like what you're saying? Is that how old is the kid? He's 23, right? A 23-year-old guy, your guy, you're
man.
23, right? And the woman is over 4. Who has a better, more mature?
Well, I think she's
more,
over. She got to be over like what? Probably over 48.
I heard she's 44, is what I heard.
So, something you want to talk to us about, like about your childhood,
What do you mean?
your mom's friends or something?
No. I never had any of that. But what I'm saying is, if that did happen when I was
Any
that
of that.
age,
Any of
I
that.
mean, when you're that age, especially let's say she's a good-looking woman. When he was growing up, she thought, and she just.
I don't think
decides-
she has ugly friends. I'm gonna say that.
that's what I'm saying,
I
but-
want to say that.
I feel like she's taking advantage of him. A
Well,
little bit.
she might because there's always a Duff. So there, I mean,
He's not wrong.
Look at him. I mean, there's. I don't.
I think Zach's looking for the picture right now.
I don't think he's hitting the
Zach,
Duff.
are you looking for the mom's picture?
I can't
That's what I'm
find
saying.
it.
I'm just saying. I feel
Yeah, I
like
looked, Zach. I couldn't find it.
if anybody broke the heart, I think the friend took advantage of him more than the other way around.
Yeah.
It's
What
a
was that?
perfect storm.
Yeah.
It's a perfect storm.
That's right.
2 consenting individuals
Adults.
consenting.
He's a good
take
Mormon.
relations.
He's a good Mormon boy.
I don't think he's a practicing Mormon, is he?
I mean, he's not maybe practicing.
He's not. I think confirmed.
I mean, let's face it. I mean, he went to BYU in the heart of goddamn Utah, right?
All right. He
He
just
might
goes
have
country out of nowhere.
taught him a thing or two
I
about
don't think
a
it's
thing
out
or
of nowhere. I
two.
think it's just always buried deep, and sometimes it lets itself out.
I think you're right.
Good goddamn BYU boy.
It's the wrong one. I was trying to go to the banjo and I couldn't find it.
Damn it.
Damn it. That would have been
Missed
so
opportunity. well, that was fun.
All right, let's get
Next
to our
time.
NBA talk. Can you get to that one? Yeah, that was quick. I like that. Get him off! Get him off! All right, so we'll let the resident Magic, Magic fans.
That's-
Yes, sir. I
Magic.
stumble by the
Two
Amway Center
Magic
every
fans.
Saturday night, baby.
Sixers, Nets.
I was down by the downtown bar district the other night.
Oh, where'd you go?
Oh, nice.
Did you go to Saddle Up? Bet you did.
I did not. I don't. I'm gonna be honest with you, went to
They have a drag night over there at Rosie. What is it called?
the Hamburger.
Hamburger
the
Mary's.
Hamburger Mary's, yeah. You been
Yeah,
there?
I've been there.
Hamburger Helper.
On drag night?
Well, yes.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
I
he was
How
there.
was that? Tell us about that.
Well, he was performing. He kind of missed it.
I wasn't performing,
He does
but
have a drag nose.
yeah.
He was
No,
swiping.
actually, I probably do have a drag nose. Yeah.
He was swiping
I didn't know
right
that
is
was a
what he was
thing.
doing.
You didn't know there was a drag night?
No, I didn't know there was a drag nose.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know.
it's a big canvas.
You knows? But
Big canvas.
Yeah, no, it's actually a great place. Great food actually.
Good entertainment.
I bet.
Yeah, good entertainment.
Here they
Yeah.
have a good hot
We,
dog.
where we used to go, we used to always go to the Mathers Social Club. Have you ever been there?
Oh, yeah,
before?
I've been,
there.
yeah,
Yeah, the Hidden
actually
Bar is
the
a
other
great place.
weekend. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
great place.
classy.
Yeah.
It's got like a fossil, like saber-tooth tiger in it. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Stay classy, Orlando.
Yeah.
Have you been there, Mark?
Leather bound books.
Yeah, I don't know that you would get in.
They don't let him in.
I would most certainly.
Well,
get
you would
in.
have to wear shoes.
It's all
You
right.
have to shave your back.
Jesus.
Sorry, Mark.
So the summer league is a thing, and it's been happening recently. And a lot of high
Can you
draft
not
prospects have been
reach over
happening.
me, please?
Chet's a high prospect. Banchero's another high prospect, and they've been kind of performing pretty well.
Yeah.
The consensus is that Banchero's going to be one of the best players, if not the best player from that draft. In fact, he's even been benched because the team is giving other players opportunity. They've shut down the entire time already, and they just beat the Kings in overtime, I think, in the summer league.
Yeah.
Keep it in your pants, buddy.
So the question begs to differ. What do we think of the summer league? Are there any prospects that we are looking at that think will pan out, vice versa?
I haven't watched any summer league, but I've seen the highlights. I think
I've seen the highlights too.
him and Chet.
The summer league's in Vegas, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, who was the other one? Was it Jabari Smith? Who was the third?
Jabari,
Chet and
Jabari
Holmgren.
Smith,
Chet
right.
Holmgren.
Yeah, Jabari.
And Jabari, yeah. They were all kind of like, the three of them were really, could have gone anywhere.
The one thing I don't watch, but I've watched the highlights, and Chet might be turning me into a believer.
Yeah,
I
he
thought with
looked
that
good.
thin frame, I was
just-
like, it's not going to translate. I mean,
It's the summer league, though.
I get that it's the summer league, right? I get it's like D League and shit like that. But I mean, you would want to think that maybe he's got a little bit of frame that can fill out, slightly. So maybe he turns into.
He's very similar to Durant. His
He
frame.
looks like Durant.
That's how Durant looked when he came in.
Exactly like
That's
him.
fair. That's
Yeah.
fair.
I don't know if he's as fluid as him, but
They could be
he-
twins.
I mean, the guy, he looks like a playmaker. I mean, he looks like he's the real deal.
Yeah. And all facets of the game, too.
What's his name?
Banchero.
Banchero.
Cheryl.
Banchero.
Paolo.
Paolo Banchero.
Paolo.
He looked
however you wanna
pretty
say
good
it.
too, but
So,
it's
I
the
mean,
magic.
Yeah, but it looks like they made the right choice.
It
To shut
seems
him
like
down?
it so
Yeah.
far. Knock on
So
wood.
now, what is their starting five?
I mean, if Jonathan Isaac's healthy, you got to put him in there. You have to put Fultz in there because he's technically the veteran of the team.
And he's the
Besides
only
Ross.
their best point guard, right? Pure point guard.
Who
Yeah.
faults?
Well, I mean, I like Cole
like
Anthony.
Anthony.
Yeah.
I
Mo
like
Bamba.
Anthony too. You're right.
They just extended him, I think, 2 years.
And you got to play Suggs, right?
Or run him on the second unit to control it. Give him some
That might
time
work.
to develop.
Yeah, I mean, I think
I
the
don't know.
odd
The Magic
man
are
out.
nice.
I think the odd man out is probably Fultz, though.
You think so?
I think they like Anthony off the bench because of his scoring.
Yeah, but I think when they get to the point where they got to re-sign one of these guys, if it's Anthony, Fultz, and Suggs,
Yeah, it's
I think Fultz is the odd man out.
Fultz is the odd man out there.
Well, yeah, because they're the person that they didn't put as much into.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
they got him for next to nothing.
Oh, my
really,
gosh,
the
yeah.
trade
That
because
was
of
when Philly stopped trusting
trust
the process.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know. I just like the Magic. I mean, Franz is going to be in there, of course. It just depends.
and they just signed. They just re-signed Mo, right?
to 2 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Mo Bamba.
I'm pretty sure it's 2 years. But, I mean, also with the Thunder, too, it's like they're picking, and we kind of mentioned this before, that they have enough draft capital and backup plans to swing and potentially miss on some players. Like
They could go get Durant.
they're about to, if they don't do well this year, they could have the first 7-foot lineup of all time. Like they could go for that kid that's 7 foot from France and really
Yeah.
swing and potentially home run.
I'm hearing they don't want Durant.
I don't know.
I mean,
That's
Why
hard.
wouldn't
did
they
you
do
see
that?
what? Did you see what Durant?
cancerous.
What they asked for?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Nets are asking for too much right now.
What
Well,
the
you
they
gotta-
wanted
you gotta
Cat.
ask for too
They want
much.
But there's too much, and
five
then there's
first-round
like
picks, right?
too much.
You
Four.
gotta ask for that to get what you want. Really, you can't ask for what you want.
I
You gotta
don't-
get less than what you want.
I don't think they're even in the same.
I don't know.
Like it's
I
like a
think
different
if you
sport.
shoot that high, I'm just like,
Yeah.
fuck you.
Yeah,
There's
it's like a
no way
different
I'm
sport.
Even, I'm not even countering this.
Yeah,
But
in
look
fact,
at-
5 first-round
You gotta
picks.
look at what Gobert just.
It's
went
like when
for,
you're
though.
trying to trade in
Yeah.
fantasy football with Mark. It's like there's a trade, and then there's like a ridiculous.
No, I'm sorry that I don't take fucking Darnell Mooney and your fucking 18th round pick for CD Lamb. Rocky.
I started a
And then-
triggered. Sorry.
And then he swings it like it was me coming at him for that. But you want him because you're a Bears fan. And you love the 18th round. Isn't 18 your favorite number?
oh,
Here's-
wow.
All right, so
Give
the
me
NBA
CD.
playing, we heard today that's probably here to stay.
Yeah.
How do we feel about that? I know Mark has some strong feelings. Probably stronger after that. What do you think? I think. Can I say what I think first? I
Of
think you're gonna go
course.
long.
No, mine's going to be short.
As always, go. So you go first.
There it
That's
is.
what she said.
No, you go first. Yours is definitely shorter.
No, it's
Oh,
probably.
man. Now we're in a pissing
I think it's
competition.
longer. And I could go longer too.
Mine might be a
So-
little thicker, though, when I go to talk.
What are you talking about?
My speech is
Okay.
thicker than yours.
Yeah, it has a rich accent.
Yes.
So to play in, Listen, I don't necessarily love it from a fan perspective. I think it sucks for those teams. Like the team in 10th place or the team in 7th or 8th place that basically has to play in when they would have just had a playoff spot before. That kind of sucks. But as a fan of the sport, just watching, it definitely makes it more exciting towards the end of the season. Mitigates some of the tanking. You know, those teams towards the bottom, they're playing for a play-in.
I like the tanking.
Why would you like the tanking? That's stupid.
Because at least, I mean, it's not a fucking participation trophy. Jesus Christ. Team 12 and 13 get to try to play in
And then what? They
NBA playoffs.
And they lose and
That's
go
9
home.
and
It's
10.
horse shit, man.
It's 9 and 10.
Why don't they just give them, what do they get, symbolic medals for competing for the
No, if
season?
they win, they
it's
play in the
stupid.
It's not stupid.
You should have one of the 8 best records in your conference in order to make the playoffs, just like it's always been.
Okay, Boomer.
All right, we don't need 15 teams. Oh, I know. I'm so sorry that you didn't do well, last place team. But guess what? You still get a one night opportunity to get in here. Even though you don't deserve it.
All right, shut up, right? Because it's the 9th and the 10th place team.
I could see if you were. So there
It's
should
the
be a
nine-
stipulation.
Hey,
it should be.
hey,
if
I
you're-
was talking, right?
If you're within
Can I
X
talk?
amount of
Can I
games.
talk?
Go
I'm in
ahead.
danger.
9th and 10th place team.
Right.
They're the ones
They are the ones.
that are trying to play to get in. It sucks for the 7th and 8th place, but you can say 7th and 8th place have a better
All right,
record,
but
right?
let me propose a question though.
It's more entertainment. It's an entertainment industry, and it's more entertaining to see these teams play to try to get into one of those 10 spots, and also like a 3-game series to eliminate a team. It's better. Just like the 1-game wild card for the MLB, it's better. It's more entertaining. It's gonna drive all the TV ratings and the sponsorships and the endorsements and the commercials. It makes sense to do. And if you're a top 4 team, it sucks to be 7 or 8, but be better.
Okay, and I get that, but the same thing for those teams below. So be better. So let me ask you a question.
Huh?
So you said for the 7 or for the 5 through 8, be better.
No,
well, then
7,
9
8,
through
7,
whatever,
I
be
just
better
said
too.
7, 8, 9, 10, be better is what I said.
All right. So, but in your mind, is there a difference? So say like the difference between the 8th and 9th seed, or even like the 9 and 10 seeds. There's definitely a difference between being like half a game or a game out of the playoffs versus being like 12 games out of the playoffs.
It's not going to be that though. It hasn't. It wasn't. It's not going to be that.
It's one fucking year. Like you can't say that going
I
forward.
can say that more than you can say that.
No,
Yeah.
you can't.
Yeah, because I have more evidence.
At some point, there's going to be a 9th or 10th place seed that's like 12 games out of a playoff spot that's still going to get a chance to play in. And
At
guess
some
what?
point, maybe.
Guess what? They're going to get fucking lucky and win, and
At
then it's
some
like
point,
that
maybe.
sucks.
But if that's the outlier, then what are you really complaining about?
Okay, but
That
what's
is stupid.
What's the 1st through the 8th? Like the 1st versus the 8th seed? You could say the same thing about that. Like it's not even worth it at that point too. Why don't we just do the top 4 teams at that point?
Good point.
What?
Oh, he's saying
Yeah,
like
shit. I mean, why not just take the two best records and just play the fucking championship with the 2 best records?
Well, that's like baseball in the 50s, right?
I'm just saying. I mean, if you want to go there, we can go even further. We can take it all the way
I
to
think
the
you're
depths.
going
that's
there.
his point. That's his point.
Let's just go all the way to the nuts.
Well,
The
That's
thing I
his
didn't
point.
like
Just
I
go
didn't
past
like
the
how they
shaft
did
and
the
nuts.
play in though. Like I did feel like it was confusing.
At first it was,
Yeah, like to me, I felt like there could be better instructions as to what the hell's going on because I was like, well, the Caps won,
At first
but
it
then
was
they
confusing,
lost,
yeah.
and then are they in? Are they not in? What the hell's going on? Like it was aggravating there, but I feel like as we kind of get used to it, it's just going to become like
Everything else.
Yeah, everything else, like the extra wild cards in baseball.
Just gives opportunity. It gives experience to young teams. It makes them competitive in years to come. It's more to watch. Hey, what happens when like the 9th seed makes to like the conference finals? Like that's going to be exciting.
Yeah,
Like,
and it will happen at some point.
and
it
they
will.
prove themselves. If they make it that far, they do. If they lose in the play-in, then you deserve to be the 10th seed.
And basketball's, special in the way that usually the team that's best wins the series.
Yeah.
It's not like football where you have a bad day and you lose, or even like baseball. If you got the right rotation, you could be the better team if you got your top 2 in your rotation in a 3-game series. You can win that series. Basketball is much more true to like the best team is going to win the series or even the game. You have the best players, you're going to win.
The play-ins are single elimination, though, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why, I was saying 3-game series. Why am I thinking that? I thought it was a 3-game series.
I mean, that
I
would
think
be
there was-
that would be more fair.
I think there ends up being 3 games, like the 12
yeah,
plays.
that's what it is.
you
Yeah,
know,
that's the confusing part.
That was the confusing part because I was like, well, wait, are the Cavs 14 drafting? Because once they lost, are they drafting 14th? Or are they drafting 3rd? You know, like are they lottery? You know, it was just a confusing situation.
So yay or nay?
Yeah.
I say yay.
Yeah.
Nay.
What I like is I feel like it does give a team that maybe was injured middle of the season, and you know, because I feel like in basketball, if you lose a few players, you're gonna lose, and you could lose a stretch of 7, 8, 9 games.
Rotations usually
Yeah.
7 to 10 guys.
So what about the team that rests like their big 3 for the final?
They shouldn't rest
40
them.
games.
They shouldn't rest them.
Yeah,
and
they
then
shouldn't,
play
but
in
it's gonna happen
because just saying.
It happens the Clippers did that. Not by purpose. They just had to rest their starters because they wanted to. And look what
So
happened
you
come
didn't say
playoff
yay or
time.
nay.
I like it because I do feel like it gives, even like the Cavaliers, even though they didn't make the playoffs, it gave them a young team the taste of what the playoffs could be like if they make it
And it
this
was
year.
exciting for your fan base too. It keeps you
Yeah.
engaged.
Yeah, for like 3
I think
quarters
that in
until
that
the,
sense it's good. It doesn't hurt anybody because the only people getting hurt is 7 and 8 seed, and you could just be better. It's not
It's
like
very
you're
typical
a top
Cleveland
6
sports.
seed.
3 quarters we were
It
winning and then we
rewards
lost.
those top 6 teams.
Well, 9 and 10 could be better too. To be 7 and 8.
Well, I know
and then
that.
you wouldn't have to worry about a play-in.
And 7, 8, 9.
For who? Well, they want to worry about a play-in.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, what I'm saying is when you're saying 7 and 8 could be better to not be in the play-in situation, well, 9 and 10 could be better to be the 7 or 8 seed and also not be in a play-in.
Yeah, but that's called
It's the same shit.
It's a compromise.
Same shit.
I guess. I guess your point is that they shouldn't do it. Is what you're saying, right?
Yeah. Fucking participation trophies.
It's not a participation. You still have to win. Oh man, God Lord. I'm sure you got a lot of participation
It's like
trophies
the
in your
goddamn.
life.
It's like the ESPYs.
Listen, when
Oh,
Mark was
no.
wrecking,
All right, so
the gym.
hey, listen, that was a great show, guys. I don't know how you guys felt about it.
I had
Thank
fun.
you for joining us. Right, you can find us on all our socials: UFL Podcast on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, especially here where you're watching us on YouTube. Like this, subscribe, hit that notification bell, comment. Listen, we do this every week. We're committed. We just hope you guys keep coming back, and if you keep coming back, we'll keep doing it. We